What kind of person becomes a dictator? Is there some sort of blueprint? Or are these men just accidents of power? Well, in this video, we'll find out. We'll step inside the minds of three of the most infamous leaders of the 20th century: Hitler, Stalin, and Mao. We'll search for the traits they shared and ask the unsettling question: could history be quietly manufacturing tyrants? Across decades, psychologists and historians have tried to find patterns in the mind of dictators. And they keep finding the same constellation of traits: paranoia, narcissism, and obsession with control, and an almost religious sense of destiny. Political theorist Hannah Arendt once said, "The most radical revolutionary will become a conservative the day after the revolution." What she meant was this: even the loudest rebel, once in power, often becomes desperate to protect what they've built. They start fearing change, fearing rivals, fearing everything. It's a perfect trap. The very traits that carry people into power are the same ones that can turn them into monsters. Stalin, the silent predator. Joseph Stalin was born a poor cobbler's son in Georgia, beaten by an alcoholic father, raised in a world where trust was dangerous. He rose through the Bolshevik underground like a shadow, quiet, patient, always watching. While others sought glory in speeches, Stalin thrived in the silent machinery of power. He trusted no one, not even old friends. During the Great Purges, he ordered the execution of men who had once saved his life. Stalin's mind was a fortress of suspicion. To him, power meant survival, and survival meant eliminating every possible rival, even imagined ones. Hitler, the fanatic visionary. Adolf Hitler was the opposite in style, but not in result. He began as a failed artist, humiliated and adrift after Germany's defeat in the First World War. Where Stalin hid, Hitler performed. He mesmerized crowds, turning personal rage into political myth. Hitler saw the world in black and white, friends and enemies, purity or decay. He believed he had been chosen, not elected, not appointed, but chosen by history itself. That belief made him untouchable in his own mind. He told his people that destiny was on their side, and millions followed him into the abyss. Hitler's blueprint was fanatical certainty. He didn't just want power, he wanted redemption, even if it required destruction. Mao, the revolutionary dreamer turned tyrant. Mao Zedong began as a dreamer, the son of a strict peasant father. He buried himself in books, imagining a new China rising from centuries of humiliation. Mao believed in the power of the masses, especially the poor, the overlooked, the invisible. But behind the idealism was something colder, a willingness to sacrifice anyone, to prove his vision right. The Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution were meant to transform China, but they unleashed famine, terror, and death on a staggering scale. Mao's blueprint was utopian ruthlessness. He dreamed of remaking humanity itself, and he accepted millions of deaths as a price. Common traits: Stalin, Hitler, Mao. Three men, different cultures, countries, and ideologies. Yet their minds echo each other. Paranoia, seeing enemies everywhere. Narcissism, believing they alone could save the nation. Messianic vision, the belief that history had chosen them. Psychologists call this cluster of traits the dark triad: narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. And yet, these personalities aren't enough on their own. They needed crisis, war, economic collapse. Without fertile chaos, even the most ruthless personality stays just another angry voice in the crowd. So, is there a blueprint personality for becoming a dictator? Yes and no. There are patterns, psychological shadows that reappear throughout history. But those shadows can only rise when the world is already burning. Maybe that's the most unsettling truth of all. Under the wrong circumstances, history will always find someone to fit the blueprint. So, are dictators born or are they made?